Hello, Brenda Martin, Diamond Ambassador here. I often get asked to share my Plexus story for those who want to know how I did this in working the business, being successful, getting to Diamond with Plexus as a busy mama. So just to give you a little background, I have 11 children. We homeschool them all. They are all still at home because we have a couple home businesses that the older ones continue to run. And at the time, I had a 1-year-old when I started. She's my youngest. And we were busy. I mean, just picture that. My plate was full. I had plenty to do. My husband had our home business that my husband had, building custom kitchen cabinets, was our main source of income. And I had looked at doing some things from home to help us out because we were really struggling financially. We were at a point where we needed a bigger home for our family and just couldn't find the means to do that. My husband's a hard worker. We taught our boys to work. But you know how it goes. Things sometimes just don't work out to where you can get ahead like you want to. And that's the place we were in at the time. So I had looked at ways that I could maybe help out to do something from home to help our income. And I had never seen anything that was really something I could work into what I was already doing, because we weren't going to give up my commitment to the children to raise them and homeschool them, and to my husband to work at home and work alongside of his 8 sons. And so when we really looked at what Plexus was, it didn't take us long, of course, with the products to realize everyone needs them and to get on board. But we saw what this company was doing in terms of the compensation plan. And we heard firsthand from people who were making amazing incomes. And they had stories similar to ours, never did anything like network marketing before, were just hardworking country people like us. And it really gave us a vision of what we could do for our family. And we had a huge why. We needed to pay off a huge, enormous business debt. We needed to build a bigger home for our family. We had so many things for our family's future that were looking bleak unless something changed financially. And so that's really where it started with for me. People ask how I did it. Well, you can kind of figure a way to do anything if you want it bad enough. And for us, it was no question. It was as if there was no option. Once we saw what this was, it was what we were going to do. It was a commitment. We had a huge why. We had huge goals and dreams. And it was just, there was no question. We were going to do it. So we just had to find a way, okay? So that's kind of where it starts for me with any busy mama. How big a deal is this to you? Does your family want to commit? Is your husband on board to commit to doing this? Are you guys visioning this as the only option for your family's financial future? If that's the case, you'll find a way. You'll work things out. But I'll just give you kind of a picture of what it looked like for me, to maybe give you some hope and maybe give you some ideas. So some of the things I wanted to mention was, like I said, we talked to the family about it. We said, this is going to be a big deal. It's probably going to mean our goal is a bigger house and just financial freedom. At the time, they knew we could hardly afford to buy groceries a lot of months. And so we were all looking for that financial relief. And so they were all on board. I would say the first thing, you guys, is to not be afraid to delegate more work out to your children. If it's something that they can do, why are you doing it? Teach them how to do the laundry and dishes, how to cook, how to clean. Get started with that. Get in a good routine of, we get up in the morning, this is what we do. Stick with your specific times through the day that are of things that are important to you. Make sure those, 5 things: meals, reading time with your children, nap time, quiet time, whatever is important to you. Make sure those are areas you hit every day. And then teach them how to take on a little more responsibility so that you can do your business. Along with that, delegate help into your home. I have, ever since I started working in Plexus business, I have had kitchen help, house help, cleaning help, all that come in. I hired out help. I pay people to come in and help. Even though my kids do a ton of work, I still pay people to come in a few days a week, or not a few, just a couple of days, to just help carry the load. And that way it frees us up, our family, to do the businesses that we're doing. So don't be afraid to do that. You cannot do it all. I haven't done it all. I've just supervised and delegated a lot of things so that I could focus on my Plexus business, especially the first year or two. Those were huge to us to really commit in the beginning and get momentum going will pay off in the end. Now, this last year or two has been a different pace for me, and it's been a time to catch up with things that I was unable to do the first couple of years, or that we chose to sacrifice the first couple of years is more how I should say it. Freedom does not come without sacrifice, y'all. And the only way to really get a good business going to where you know you can have residual income years down the road is to get momentum. It's like a train. You get that thing going, it's hard to stop. And so that's what you want to focus on that first year. But as far as, just look at my notes here because I wrote a few things down I don't want to forget. Practical things that maybe can help you. I looked at this as a business. On my end, for my time and how I worked it and what I did, I viewed it as a business, as in I took it super seriously. And I disciplined myself to do specific things every day with my work time with Plexus. You know, contacting 2 to 3 people a day. I did not go to bed until that was done. Follow up with my people. I had that written down, and I still do on my calendar or reminders on my phone, so I don't miss somebody and let someone fall through the cracks. Just committing to posting 1 time a day on, or 2 times a day on Facebook, whatever you commit to getting your people engaged and training them, directing them and steering them to good training videos and articles and whatever they need to learn. That takes time and commitment, and you have to do it on your end. It's a serious business, okay? The reason I say on your end is because I don't want to come across to everyone else like I'm all business and I'm all about, you know, earning an income. To me, how I felt like I viewed it when I would reach out to other people was like a ministry or just a sharing, you know, something that I love. And so that's how I wanted to come across to them. But then on my end, I disciplined myself to put things into place seriously that you do with a business. I guess we were business owners for years. And so I knew you can't just hope it works. You can't just speak positive things and dream and expect it to work. I knew it takes actual work and commitment, and it might take staying up late at night. So I would, you know, I'd get up in the morning, get things going for the kiddos. They always had a routine in the morning of breakfast and chores, and they can do that on their own. They get their own breakfast, they do their own chores. And while they're doing all that, I would check in with some people, get some things started, post my first Facebook post. Then we would do school. And then after school, they always have their outside time, their quiet time, whatever. That was kind of my me time before, when I was so exhausted and could do nothing and was on the couch all the time anyway. That was another time that I could commit an hour or 2 to my Plexus business. I would also watch training videos when I'm in the kitchen washing dishes, when I'm folding laundry. I was always watching, learning, listening, so that would build my belief, make my posture, my confidence stronger when I did talk to people. I would learn how to troubleshoot for my customers. I mean, there's so much you can learn just listening while your hands are busy. And then in the evening, of course, once the kids were in bed, that's often when other people are up late or just chatting. They're on Facebook anyway. That's when Facebook can become so active. That's the time to reach out and chat with your friends. Follow up. People are tired. They can't sleep. And that's when they're thinking about their health. Wonderful, brilliant time to work your Plexus business, and anyone can do that. So that's some of my practical tips for you. I just want to say, commit, you guys. It's okay to be unbalanced that first year or 2, because you will have time later, because you'll have that financial freedom. You know, now when I go to the store to buy things that we need, I don't have that stress of, figuring up all the prices and do we have the money, and then get home and shuffling things around and what bills can we pay. I mean, I'm freed up because I committed to working so hard those first couple of years. So that's kind of the vision I want to give you guys. I want this for you, you busy mamas, you mamas of many, maybe like myself, or even just busy. I mean, we're all busy. And when you don't have financial stress on top of busyness, let me tell you, it is wonderful and it's worth it. So I hope these tips help you a little bit with what I have learned in my journey and what's worked for me. Just remember, your family's on board and you have a big enough why, you'll figure out a way. So I'm excited for you.